Hello dear class, you are welcome again to our session. Last time I left you with numbers to try on how you could solve quadratics by factor method. But somewhere, some misconceptions were perceived. Therefore, I've come to rectify where you could have went off. That's why we are having massive correction on to what I gave you. We are going to have a look at only two numbers. The first number was so well done, but the second and the third number, problems cropped in. Therefore, we are beginning off with solve by factorization, and the number is 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 equals to 0. That was number 2. Number 1 was well done. Therefore, with this one, what we have to do, don't forget the mother quadratic equation, which is a x squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. With this one, now we have to compare with a equaling to 3, then b equaling to 5, c equaling to negative 2. So we have to look at the factor product. Our factor product are a times c, which is 3 times negative 2. 3 times negative 2, we are getting negative 6. Now we have to look at the factor sum. Factor sum is b, and what's our b? Our b is positive 5. Now we have to look for factors. In a way that when we multiply them, we get negative 6. When we add them, we get positive 5. Those are factors of negative 6. Factors of negative 6. This equals to factors of negative 6. We have negative 1 and then positive 6. Negative 1 and positive 6. Negative 1 times 6, we get negative 6. Negative 1 plus 6, we get positive 5. So we have to express 5x in terms of negative 1x and then positive 6x. So we are going to have 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 equals to 0. Instead of having 5x, we are going to use these ones. So we are going to have 3x squared minus 1x. This one, then plus this is 6x. When we simplify this one, we go back to this. Then minus this 2, which gives us 0. So now we are going to group and factorize. We are grouping this and then that. When you group, what is common here? Here there is x squared, there is x. Therefore, x is common. So we have x into, wow, that's fine. Here we have 3x. Now what's remaining here? There is negative 1. Negative 1 plus, now what is common? With the 2, 6x and then 2. There is a 2 inside 6. Therefore here we have a 2. How can we determine what remains here? 6 divided by 2, we get 3. So we have 3x. That when we multiply these ones, we go back to this. Minus, what is inside the bracket here? Inside the bracket here is 2 divided by 2. We get 1. In a way that when we say 2 times this one, we go back to this. Therefore, this equals to 0. Now, if it equals to 0, now on identification, we are seeing that this bracket is the same as this. Therefore, we are going to say x. Also, bracket these ones, but don't forget this sign has to go along with the number. Plus 2 into 3x minus 1 equals to 0. Now the product of two numbers is 0 if one of them is 0. Therefore, you are going to say either x plus 2 equals to 0, either x plus 2 equals to 0. This means that we are going to say our x equals to 0 minus 2. And 0 minus 2, we are going to get the first value of x. That's why you say x1 equals to negative 2. And after that, we say, now, what about if we use this bracket? So that is 3x minus 1 equals to 0. 3x minus 1 equals to 0. When this one goes to this side, we are seeing that the 3x equals to 1. Now, what do we need? We divide by 3 on either side, because here we have 3x divided by 3 divided by 3. That one goes away. So what we are getting here is the second value of x, so we call it x2 equals to that. Now collectively, we can bring our answers together and say, therefore, our x1 and x2, this gives us -2 and +3. Don't mind, if you begin with positive 1 over 3 and ends with -2, don't mind, these two are the same. Thank you for that number. Now let us go to the second number. But please, my dear learners, don't be worried if at all you get the number, if you fail the number. Failing or mistakes are part of learning. And for one who has a growth mindset, always you have to know that the more mistakes you make, the more you are learning. Therefore, never run away from challenges. Because when you run away from challenges, your mindset is going to be a fixed mindset. Let us go to the second number. The second number is 8x squared minus 10x equals to 3. Now, when we are solving, what we have to think of so much is make the point on the right hand side. Right, this is your right. A 0 has to be there. Therefore, this one has cross equal signs. Come this way, and the 0 remains here. So we are going to have 8x squared minus 10x minus 3 equals to 0. When we compare with our mother quadratic equation, it's going to be ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. What does that mean? It means that our a equals to 8, fine. Then our b equals to, can you guess what b equals to? Now, this is positive b, this is negative 10. Therefore, our b is negative 10. Take note of that. Then what about our c? Our c, this is positive c, this is negative c. Therefore, our c is also negative 3. Negative 3. Therefore, our factor product is going to be a times c. What is a? It is 8. What is c? Negative 3. The factor sum, negative 24. Negative 24. Then the factor, that's the factor product. That was when the factor product. Now we come to the factor sum. Factor sum. Our factor sum is b. And what is b being equated to is negative 10. Negative 10. Now if you look for the factors of negative 24, that when you add them, you get negative 10. When you multiply them, you get negative 24. Automatically those two factors. If you can remember the two factors, we have negative 12 and then positive 2. Negative 12 and positive 2. Negative 12 times 2, we get negative 24. Negative 12 plus 2, we get negative 10. So we are going to bring this one back. We are going to say 8x squared minus 10x minus 3 equals to 0. Instead of this, we are going to use what we have here. So we are going to have 8x squared minus 12x minus, that is plus 2x minus 3 equals to 0. Now, if we have that, let us go to this one and then go to that one. What is common here? What is common here? There is a 4. Here there is a 4, and a 4. Then likewise, also here there is x and x. Therefore, here we have 4x into what means here. Since we've taken away 4, 8 divided by 4, we get 2. And the x divided by x, we get x. Therefore, here we have 2x minus 4 divided by, this is 12 divided by 4, we get 3. And the x divided by x, we get 1. So here we have 3. Then plus, here we have 2x, here we have 3. But then there is an invisible one inside 2x and then 3. So here we have 1 into 2x minus 3, which equals to 0. So we bracket this one and this. We are going to have 4x plus 1 into 2x minus 3. This equals to 0. Now two brackets are equals to 0. They are product if one of them is 0. Therefore, this means that we are going to say either 4x plus 1 equals to 0, meaning 4x equals to 0 minus 1, 4x equaling to negative 1, x1 equals to negative 1 over 4. That's the first value. Or we are going to say, or 2x minus 3 equals to 0, meaning that 2x equals to 3. Therefore, if we divide by 2 on either side, divide by 2 on either side, that's 2 on either side, so x2 equaling to 3 over 2. 3 over 2. Now, if it equals to 3 over 2, then collectively also, we can rewrite our answers way together, one for easily to understand. Therefore, we are going to say our x1, then x2 equals to negative quarter, comma, and then 3 over 2. One may ask, but we were told not to put it right in our fractions. Fine, you can write 3 over 2, or you can proceed and write 1.5. Now, thank you very much. I'm giving you more numbers to try. More files onto that. And these numbers are just 2. The first one is, number 1 is solve by factor method. We are solving by factor method. Solving by factor method. Where we have the first one have 4t squared minus 12t equals to 7. Then the second one we have 13w plus 3 equals to negative 12w squared. Thank you very much. I love you so much. Don't forget, failing in mathematics, that will be the first attempt in learning. Never give up. Thank you very much. See you there.